We expect over 50% of all votes are going to be cast before Election Day this cycle. And that includes Republicans, it includes independents. So from an early vote perspective, we want to make sure that we are communicating with voters earlier in the election cycle. I don't want half of the country voting when they haven't heard from us and from our candidates. We want informed voters when they go to the polls. It's not changing our messaging, it's changing our delivery methods. It's making sure that we are talking to voters earlier in the cycle to take advantage of those. As President Trump has said, early voting is great, mail-in voting is great, and voting on Election Day is great. But you've got to make a plan, and you've got to execute that plan and get that ballot in.
How concerned is the RNC right now that somehow, some way, in certain parts of this country, people that arrived here illegally during the Biden years will somehow be able to vote in 2024?
It's a huge concern. I think that it's one of our biggest concerns, frankly, and it's one where we are working right now with people in Congress. We're working with folks all across the country to make sure that their laws are specifically say that only U.S. citizens can vote and that those laws are going to be enforced. We just had a hearing from the House Government Affairs Committee last week on this particular topic. It's one that we're anxiously working on right now. Because, like I said, we've got 10 million illegal immigrants that have come across the border under Joe Biden's regime. We don't know who they are, where they are, or what they're doing. And we want to make sure that this is going to be an election decided by American citizens who are going to legally cast their votes.
Mr. Chairman, I want to play you a soundbite. This is a question that Republicans are getting asked almost every single week now. Take a listen.
Will you accept the results regardless of who wins the election?
So, Caitlin, I got to say, I think that's actually a ridiculous question.
It's a yes or no question, though.
No, it's not. Have you ever asked a Democrat that?
Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter what happens, Senator?
No matter what happens? No, if it's an unfair election. Hillary Clinton said the election was stolen from her and that Trump was illegitimate. Kamala Harris agreed.
Senator.
I bet you've never asked a Democrat that question.
Will you vote to certify the election no matter who wins?
Well, certainly, we expect a fair and honest election, and as a result of that expectation...
Mr. Chairman, why are Republicans being asked that question exclusively by the media?
Because they want to try and put Republicans in a box and say that they won't accept the election results. The fact of the matter is, when we have fair elections, when we get the results that are going to be fair, accurate, secure, and transparent, then we're going to accept those. Look, I look forward to having President Trump back in the White House. I look forward to flipping the Senate and expanding our majority in the House. And that's what we're working for all day, every day.
Answer this question for me once and for all. A lot of speculation about who RFK, if he's on the ballot, hurts more in November. In your opinion, who does RFK hurt more, Trump or Biden?
I think when the American voters understand that this guy is an absolute true liberal who could even potentially be further left than Joe Biden, he is going to be a drag on that ticket. And I think it's very important for folks to understand where he stands on the political spectrum. This is not a centrist. This is a true liberal, and he's going to, just like other independent candidates and Green Party candidates that are going to be on the ballot, is going to draw from President Biden.
Just a quick one, about 20 seconds left, sir. I'm wondering what you made of Nikki Haley's sort of lukewarm endorsement of Donald Trump last week and what the plan is, what the RNC plan is to make sure that her voters vote for Donald Trump in November, because that could be the whole ball of wax right there.
One of the most important things that we saw was President Trump clearing this primary earlier than any Republican candidate ever has, which gives us the opportunity prior to the convention to get that unity together. We are right now seeing 90% plus, 95% plus of Republicans support President Trump. Only 70% are supporting Joe Biden from the Democratic side. So we have a much stronger base and we have much more party unity today. And we're building it every day as we get towards the convention and towards the election. So I feel very comfortable that we're going to be fully united behind Donald Trump.
And would you support a Trump-Haley ticket if the president decided to go in that direction?
If that's where the president wants to go, then we absolutely will support that. The key is this is his decision, and he's going to make it on his timeline and under his own consideration.